All right, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to what would be the 52nd episode of RantCast. Of course, that means had I, like a normal human being, released a RantCast episode weekly, again, like a normal person, rather than doubling and sometimes tripling up, it would have taken me 1 year to release that many episodes. So that's 52 weeks worth of episodes. That's a lot. That's a lot of content. So we're going to be doing something a little special tonight. What started as an inside joke, a the early joke was to have the longest single guest episode on Rantcast. And then there was a bunch of jokes about other metrics, and essentially Chat Gang, you came up with this idea of the Ranties. So that's this. This is the award show. 52 episodes worth. I am, of course, the most dangerous man in Age of Sigmar, the magical Mr. Mephisto. I've got my very special tie. You can see it's got skulls on it. And I'm rocking my Castlevania shirt. Also a sweet little skull on it. So I'm on brand. I'm ready to go. We've got 10 awards. Should be. The big three, which you're going to have to hang on until the end of the show for. The big three are the hottest take of 52 episodes of Rantcast. You've got the prolific legacy, the most prolific guest, really. And I'll let you imagine what that might mean. And finally, the God of Gab. Who did actually set that Rantcast record of the longest single guest episode? And you of course could parse through YouTube. But I think it would be a lot better if you just came on a journey and had a little fun. There will, of course, be the announcement for the giveaway. I've got the Stormcast right here, this box, provided by W. Soren of Chat Gang, a.k.a. the Mad Lad. You've got those right there. We'll do that giveaway at the halfway mark, so we'll knock out 5 awards. We'll do the giveaway announcement. Right here is my trusty Hot Topic hat that I bought on a date with Lulu of all people before I realized fedoras were the universal symbol for, well, a fedora. So we've got just over 20 names. They are all randomized in here. I'll make sure Lulu mixes them up herself too before she grabs any. They are room temperature and random. So no funny business going on in that hat. I've made sure of it. And I've got a box of trophies, actually, believe it or not, right beside me, provided by Kyle of the Pants Mafia. If you've listened to Rantcast for any degree of time, you know that Kyle's never been a guest on here, though I've collected all the Pants Mafia except for him, so we might have to get him on. But he really was the person who pushed me to go to Dragonfall, which in turn led to me meeting so many fantastic people from the Midwest AOS scene. Big ups to Kyle, fantastic guy. If you ever have the pleasure of playing him in Warhammer, I can pretty much guarantee he will give you one of the best games of your life. So, see, I knew we had some basketball fans in there. So yeah. Let's get this started. The first award of the evening. Well, I mean, it's the Extortion Award. Someone bribed me to give them an award, and I've long said that I will shill for the right price. And here you go. The winner is for the Extortion Award. I'm not even going to open this envelope. It's Brendan Melnick, the Lord of Death. Let's bring him on up here to accept his trophy that I just can't seem to find in the box here. Where, Brendan, are you there? There he goes.
I'm here. Hello.
Hi. You've just won the Extortion Award in the Ranties. How do you feel?
I'm sure my line of work wouldn't appreciate that very much, but it's an honor to even just be nominated, obviously, and the moment has me. I even still have the Cold Stone Creamery that you bribed me with. So I'm not even really sure what I would have bribed you with, because it's obviously just friendship and peer pressure.
Right. Friendship and peer pressure. Of course, you were one of the original chat gangers who kind of started the Ranties joke. I mean, you might even be. It's appropriate that you extorted me for this award. I think I couldn't have happened to a better person.
Yeah, I extorted you for it. I already have the award through the power of magic. So I mean, who's to say that?
That's why I couldn't find it in the box.
I'm not even putting the awards on. Like this could all just be some cunning ruse where you've been my front the entire time.
Could be. Yeah. Wait a second. Am I the avatar of Nagash, or am I the Nagash? Oh my God! Congratulations, Brendan. Enjoy the trophy. Where's this going to go on your trophy case? Where do you think? Will it rank highly with the double dragons?
Well, the double dragons are too large to fit on my trophy shelf. They sit on top of my display cases. It'll probably go on my case where I keep my sportsmanship award, which is where the other glass awards are. So that's probably where it's going to live.
Perfect.
Because I did win a sportsmanship award fair and square. That was a real thing that happened, and Bryce was there, so you can ask him. It happened.
I will have to ask him. All right, man. I've got a bunch more awards to give out here tonight on the Ranties. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you. Go Bears!
You. Basically, all right. You know what? I have to wash the bears out of my mouth here. Gross. So the next award actually is the Milk and Taxes Award. So if you've been in Chat Gang any degree of time, we get a little saying here. It's drink your milk and pay your taxes. Chat Gang, can I see the emotes? Come on, you gotta pop off for me right now. There you go. So this award really is for someone who consistently exemplifies the Chat Gang creed. The nominees for the Milk and Taxes Award, and we'll go ahead and grab this award right here, are Davis Ford of AOS Reminders. He was an active Chat Ganger as he was developing that. Hung out a lot with us. We've got the Doc King, a.k.a. Frank. You may know him as Frank on the Rocks there in chat. And we've got Anthony Magro, AOS coach, who actually had a pretty stern hand in helping me make content to begin with. So we got our milk and taxes envelope here. Let's go ahead and, man, this must be a Petrifex Elite envelope. It's all right, we got it. And the winner, Milk and Taxes, the Doc King, Frank! Oh, man. I don't know who could have seen this coming. I mean, it's a committee of completely anonymous, thoroughly intelligent, don't second-guess their judgment individuals. I didn't actually come up with these awards, so no funny business here. Frank, you have won your Ranty.
Oh, man.
For the Milk and Taxes Award.
What an unbelievable honor. I can't say. I'd like to thank the Academy for absolutely nothing. I like to thank my parents for telling me to drink my milk and make me tall and strong, which has definitely worked out. Yeah.
Put that back in the box. So you've actually been on a couple rantcasts here. A couple times. You were part of that 7-hour fiasco.
Yeah. I remember that.
Do you think I should ever do anything like that again?
No. And if you do, it's got to be me and Haywell again.
It's got to be you.
We have proved that we can go the test all the way.
Okay. Okay. What if I did, like, instead of a 7-hour rant cast, I did, like, it's common here on Twitch to do 24-hour marathons. I've actually done a couple in my day. I did for my birthday, I used to do 24-hour marathons. What if I did a 27-hour rant cast?
27-hour rant cast with a revolving cast of characters? I mean, that's free. You can take that.
Yeah, that might be the only way. I technically said I would never do a 7-hour rant cast again.
Yeah, as long as it's not 7 hours. I mean, you didn't lie.
I wouldn't have lied, because I am many things, but a liar is not one of them. And chat gang,
No, sir.
believe that. All right, man. Anything to say before I go on to this next award?
I mean, what else is there to say but, drink your milk and pay your taxes.
All right, man. Oh, man. Just add a 2 to it. So strong. All right, so the next award is actually the guest most likely to be 3 kids in a coat with a Twitter account, a.k.a. the Muppet Man Award. Our nominees are Luke Stone of Cinderfall Gaming, Doug the Smuckers Griggs, you may know him better as 2 Plus Tough, and Tomb King Tristan, a staple amongst many communities, and currently you can watch him actually Thursday nights sort of adjacent to Rantcast over on Soulbound and Down on the Honest Wargamer stream. That is GM'd, of course, by Dan Unsupervised, although I know him a little bit more as Dispossessed Dan. Let's see. Let's get this Petrifex Elite envelope opened here. All right. And the winner for the Muppet Man Award, that is potentially 3 children in a trench coat, is Tomb King Tristan! Wow, this was a stunning turn. If I were a betting man, you have just won the guest most likely to be 3 children in a trench coat, a.k.a. the Muppet Man Award. The Ranties. But here that is.
I was robbed.
But here it is, your Ranty, the trophy. No one can take this away from all 3 of you. It's a glass coaster. Your name's etched in it.
Nice.
Man, you've actually got a little bit of a prolific journey here on Rantcast. You've been on multiple episodes. Oh. This has never happened before in the history of the Ranties. A guest accepting his award and walking away. What an amazing feat of defiance.
I didn't hear it.
Oh my. A historic
Okay,
night, truly a historic night.
Never in the history of the show has anyone walked away from the camera to go get a beer and left the guest with about 15 minutes to spill. Never.
I do
Turn
that.
about fair play, Mephisto.
Yeah, it's true. It's my bad. It's becoming a feature of Rantcast, really, which really kind of brings to mind. Are you drinking your milk?
Get that strong bones, bro.
Drink your
My
milk, pay your
purity babies.
taxes. That's right.
Just down the street.
That's
Shouts
right.
to Tom.
Right on.
My girl Claire.
Yeah, so there's actually like a number of like Rantcast traditions. I think you've kind of helped culminate some of them. What's your favorite Rantcast tradition? Is it my walking away from the camera for 15 minutes and leave the guests just swimming in either dead air or not? Or
Definitely.
That's the favorite one?
I think that's up there. My other favorite ones are baby bombs. Whenever one of the kids pops in and just absolutely blows up the stream, and you turn like a bright chartreuse.
Yeah.
And you're just like, no, and the whole time the whole chat's just being like, hi Colin, hi Colin, hi, babies.
Yeah. It's I mean, the kids are a part of it. They're little budding nerds themselves. So, did you go from the milk to the beer? Like,
Yeah.
I hope it's an IPA because that's the worst like switch.
It's actually a really wonderful wine cider mix.
Ooh,
It's lovely.
that actually sounds tasty. That sounds tasty. So now that you've won a Ranty, what are you gonna do next?
Die happy. Go to the job bank and see if I can get employed again. Put it on my resume.
There you go. No one can take this away from you. This is resume worthy. Chat gang. You win a
Seeing
Ranty.
seeing as I've never been to a full-blown tournament and bought a best player award or bought one of the ones that the last guest got, like that's what, like $30? $30 on a Frosty gets you what, best? No, not best player. Most well liked, at least in front of their face.
Yeah, pretty
One
much.
of
Yeah,
those?
something like that.
One of those.
Yeah.
Those are my goals.
Those
Life
are
goals.
Life goals. Right
And
on,
I'm
man.
I lost part of my puppy.
Like a literal puppy, just like.
No, you dingle. One of the new doggos.
Oh, man, those are so awesome. Okay, I've never been tempted. I was almost tempted to play 40K, and then very recently, like that just got slapped down immediately watching some of their community reactions.
Yeah, it's gross.
But
That game sucks.
But if ever I go back into 40K, I've got actually a bag of Blood Angels sitting off camera over here, hiding behind this table. If I ever get it back in there, it would totally be Adeptus Mechanicus. Like they look so awesome. Like they're pure like Tech Priests of Mars, like full on cyberpunk. They're metal as heck.
Can you do me a favor?
Yes, sir.
I want to do the other favorite thing that's a tradition in your show.
What's the other favorite
Can
thing?
you say OBR?
OBR. So of course, cheers.
Also, I got your IPA right here, motherfucker.
I knew you would. I figure I had a 1 in 3 chance of you being an IPA person. Look at him go. All right, I gotta get to some more awards here. Any final words?
It went up my nose. Fuck you, buckets.
And that was a definitive choke and smack talk technique. Also an award show first. So the next award is actually, this is going to go to the guest that is most likely to be a werewolf for real. Our nominees are Joel McGrath of Measured Wargaming, one of our friends in the Upside Down there. Michael from Doom and Darkness, I'm noticing a trend, and Marok Wolf. Huh. It's interesting. Let's that seems like go ahead and open this up. Man, these envelopes are they're the business. It's an Italian conspiracy. They have all the werewolves. That might be why. So here we go. We got the Petrifex envelope opened here. Marok Wolf. So Marok actually knew he was a nominee for this award, and he sent me a message saying that he couldn't make it tonight. And I hear it's a full moon. Coincidence? Maybe not. All right. The next award is the guest that is smarter than you and knows it, aka the doctor. Give me them views, like if I have a doctor on it, it'll up my view. Okay, bad pun. So the nominees for this award, we just gave it to Tyler Emerson. I'm told the Academy just gave it to Tyler Emerson, but he didn't want it, because he's just such a humble guy. So we tried to invent a new award, the most humble man in Age of Sigmar, but he turned that one down too. So we invented a third award, the most enlightened player in Age of Sigmar. And, well, it's not so much a physical award as it is a metaphysical one. But the winner of that one is Tyler Emerson. So one of these three other, we had to kind of like slum it and go to 3 other RantCast guests. We've got the nominees: Dr. Alex Milonas, Dr. Yes, this is his name, True, as in Dr. Nick True, which, fantastic name. And speaking of great names, Dr. Tom Lyons. Yes, Dr. Lyons. The winner is... I've never seen so many caps locks as Hobby Homo. Oh, man. Man, these Petrifex envelopes. All right. And the winner is Dr. Alex Milones. He's, of course, been on for an episode of List Science. He has been on for he's been on for List Science, and of course, one of my still personal favorite episodes of Rantcast was the psychology episode, the psychology of Sigmar, sort of mapping chaos gods, like just whimsically, so much fun. And we found out that my favorite line of all time, "Joy makes you an idiot." Dr. Alex, how does it feel to win a Ranty?
Well, now that I know that the actual winner of the award declined it, and so I won by default, I feel a lot less special about it.
Well, to be fair, I mean, any one of y'all could have won it. You'll note that there's a theme of all three of the nominees actually have PhDs. So, I mean, we've got a smart bunch of guests that come on here.
Well, then, you know what? It's great that the winner actually doesn't have a PhD. That's how you figured out who the real winner was. It's a PsyD. It's different.
See? This is why you will actually always be the true winner. And I'm told that Kyle's actually going to be dropping your award off for you. So you got...
I do. I did not know what the award was for, so I actually created some possible ideas of what it might be that I was winning. Would you like me to go through those?
Yeah, please.
Oh, so here are the things I thought I might be winning for. Number one, pandering to casual players for my 1-4 tournament record.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Because literally you had me on the episode after you said, oh, I should get more people who are just casual players. So, yeah, that's what I figured. Number two,
optics.
Tied.
Number two,
tied for second best Midwestern United States Darkling Covens player.
I like tied. I think that's a really important. Like,
yeah.
We wouldn't even saw the award in half. We just give it to like. It's important to be tied. I think.
No. The award are all of the great buffs that Games Workshop has given to the Sorcerer's Son Black Dragon since the beginning of Age of Sigmar. That model is an award in itself.
Do you have another one?
Number three, least scary list writer. Number four, friend of an Australian.
Ooh, yeah. Oh man,
yeah.
That's a missed opportunity right there.
And so it turns out number 5 is actually what I won for, and I had listed that as possibly for my psychological expertise, but that seems unlikely.
Like the least likely one's the one you won for. Yeah. You know, there's actually a story Kyle told when I was like coming up with these awards, because and by me I mean the totally secret, like nobody knows who they are. The
shadowy council, right?
The shadowy council. But when I was kind of coming up with these. The Shadow Council was coming up with these. I was coming up with them mostly for the punchline and the joke. And because, like, I mean, honestly, if you've been a guest on Rantcast, I haven't had one I've regretted yet. It's been amazing every time. And Kyle told me a story about this time that you were emboldened to like tell somebody about like you wouldn't let them forget or wouldn't let him forget. I'm sure he can recount the reference that won you the award in the end, because I mean Tom Lyons, Nick True, and you. That's tough competition.
It is, yes. Now I'm trying to think of what story Kyle told. There's one that I can think of, and I'm not going to repeat that one live on Twitch. So I'm going to assume it's that one.
It's probably that one. Yeah, that's probably the story. All right, man.
But yes, thank you. I appreciate the award, and I'm very grateful. So thank you again for having me on Rantcast.
Right on, dude. We'll get you on again. We'll do another one of your List Science episodes. That's also up there. Like that one got it. I don't know if you read like YouTube comments. Tons of people loved it. They loved your list.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So that was pretty great.
Well, you let me know when you want me on, and I will be there in a heartbeat.
Sounds great, man. Take care. All right. So we've actually sort of hit this is 5 awards down, essentially the halfway point I mentioned, which means it is time for the giveaway. Now, the giveaway, as I mentioned at the onset, was sponsored in so many words by Soren, and I'm actually not seeing him here in my list of names here, so we're gonna have to freestyle this. Soren has been a big part of the RantCast family. I mean, if you're in stream, chances are you've accidentally received a sub because the Mad Lad just shows up, pops off 5 gift subs, and then like vanishes like Batman. He sent me this box of Stormcast Eternals. It's a gathering of stuff from the various like dual boxes and stuff like that. He did that, and he was really explicit that he wanted it to be for new players. Like, this is coming from him. Now I'm that is an issue really close to my heart. Like, I'm really about being an ambassador for the game, and for that to like be what he's insisting, I know that I'm attracting the right attention, like where I didn't have to say anything. He's just like, this is what I want this to be for. I want it to be for new players. So this is a new player giveaway. We got just over about 20 names. We got over just about 20 names, but before Lulu comes in here and draws from the hat per the established request, right before the giveaway, I have a special award here. This is the Chat Gang Achievement Award. This is actually for Soren himself. It's a small token for constantly being here, constantly supporting not just me but other members in the community, for doing this giveaway, and even for like getting up his courage. If you talk to him, he just goes, I just paint, I just paint. And then he goes and he got up the courage to go to a tournament. He actually played in one of Razor Tree's tournaments, as I recall. And I mean, that's really cool. To me, Age of Sigmar styles of play aren't mutually exclusive. There are 3, I call it 3 spheres. There's sort of a 4th one, which is community, but community is the sort of override on top of everything. But there are 3 spheres to this, and I don't think anyone is like mutually exclusive. You do have your competitive nature and side of things. You've got your hobbyist, obviously, and then you've got your sort of narrative player. And I have, whilst I often mention my competitive skew, I think it's very important to realize that all 3 of those components are they're all worthy. There's a reason we play this game instead of other games, and I think it's because Age of Sigmar does strike a balance between the appeal of those 3. You might lean into one more than the other. You might be like Adam Trunzo and just crush all 3. But we all, a model got you into the game. You saw a cool model and then you wanted to win with it if you're a competitive player, right? Like, or you saw a cool model and you just wanted to paint and you didn't care about winning, but now you go to a tournament and you're like, oh, I lost a couple games. How can I step my game up? So you get that little competitive edge, or a book drew you in. You read the Nagash series, and you're just like, I must play this game. Something got you here. But once you were here, something kept you here. And I think, 1, it's the community. That's why we're doing this joke award show. And 2, it's those 3 spheres well represented. So, Chat Gang Achievement Award, Soren, thank you, buddy, for just being a part of this. And now, the hat. As I said, they're random and room temperature. Lulu is going to come in here in her Loki dress, and she is going to draw a hat at random.
Draw a hat?
Draw a name at random. All right, and the winner is Marcus Fessler. So, Marcus, I hope you're watching this. I'm going to put this up on YouTube. Just go ahead and DM me on Twitter, and I'll get that box shipped out to you. So, yep, child bomb on cue. So, Marcus, if you could go ahead and DM me on Twitter. That way, I can get your information and send this box out to you. And welcome to the best community in gaming. Thank you. You're beautiful. Yeah, thank you. Love the boots, by the way. Yeah? Nice. All right. So, get that over there. All right. So, back to the giveaway. Marcus, get it? Back to the giveaway. So, this next award is actually sort of an inside joke in and of itself. This joke actually started over on the Honest Wargamers channel. Then I think we talked a little bit about it on like the 7-hour RantCast. So the joke was, you know, essentially if you were to start an Age of Sigmar fight club, you know, who would you want in your corner, or who would you never want to fight in the AOS fight club? So this is the RantCast guest most likely to beat you up. Not most likely to beat you up, most likely to win AOS Fight Club. Obviously, Vince. So he did machine gun off those push-ups. So the nominees are, well, the nominee is Michael Davis. The nominee is Michael Davis because we couldn't find the other nominees. No foul play is suspected. So Michael Davis, you have won a Ranty, the AOS Fight Club Ranty. How do you feel?
Great. I mean, can't complain here. Actually, I'll add it to some of these here, guys. There's one of these ones. One of these. I don't know. I got a lot of awards going on there.
I mean, those belts that you can't even wear all the belts like a Final Fantasy character. You just like.
No, I got a couple more too at the gym in my sponsor's house.
Right on. So like those are really nice, but like this coaster here, this glass coaster, that's got to be special too, right?
Yeah, I'll add it to the trophy rack there with everything else. Can't ruin it by using it, right? That's up there.
Right. Well, I mean,
got the drinking award too, so I could have two of them.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. I thought about doing the drinking award, but I didn't want to encourage guests to like. You know, the way that, like, the runtime, so, like, runtime, that's, like, really kind of, like, the original, like, joke is the runtime award, that longest RantCast episode. I didn't want to make drinking with me the episode because I don't want to not remember recording episodes, if that makes sense. I feel like that would be a bad thing to, like, to award.
It's gotta be natural, right?
Right. You gotta. I mean, and that's the thing is like conversation's got to be natural. That's a major component of RantCast. That's what I think makes this show special. Is I try to embrace the rabbit holes, but the question I get from like people who want to come on RantCast is like, well, can I come on RantCast or how do I get on RantCast? Usually it's like I just need to know you. I need to know you in a way that I can have a conversation. So we had a Facebook chat, like actually, and I'm like, oh, this guy, like I can talk to this guy, and that was really where I'm like, I like come on the show, and that show was pretty great. We got into a lot of like subjects, like what was
went all over.
Yeah, all over. What was a highlight for you?
It's just more about talking about the community and how accepting the community is was probably the most main thing because I didn't really delve deep into I'm almost on a year into being back into Age of Sigmar. And it's just how accepting the community is. Like Jack from Rerolling Ones was a big shoe up, so shout out to him. But he kind of like got me more delved in because you just message each other. Next thing, like we met in Doug's chat. Next thing we know, we're playing like Warhammer Total War like every week almost, except for until I started moving. So it's just the community is awesome. I love it. It's fun. Right. And yeah, that was pretty much the thing because he opened up me meeting you, and then. Yeah, it just goes from there, right?
Right. You meet people, and then it just kind of spider webs out from there. So you've obviously got some big life stuff going on. You're moving, and things like that. You mentioned that you hadn't fought in a little bit, as of like when we had recorded, injury related, as I recall, right?
Yep.
Are you going to be actually returning to the cage?
Yeah, when after this whole COVID thing blows down, I'm going to start training again, and hopefully end of the year or early next year, I'm hoping to fight again. Just not at 125. Those days are over. going back up to 135, then go. Yeah, I can't wait. My girlfriend really wants me to have kind of like a last kind of run at it because before the kid, I just had bad luck with my surgeries and stuff and returning too fast. I didn't give myself adequate time to heal. So this time I definitely have. And yeah, I'm dying to fight again. So it's starting to get the itch.
And you want to go off on your own terms.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not limping out of the cage.
Right. And of course, Hobo, you can headbutt people. It wouldn't be a proper fight club if you weren't headbutting people.
That's what we were talking about. We need an AOS belt in here for games.
Yeah, for like games. See, I want to go all in on walk-up music and like production. I think you just kind of for mentioning you don't have to tip your hand, but you're thinking about getting into the content creation game too. I heard you had some pretty good ideas.
Yeah, well, I already created the channel. It's just moving and everything. It would be easier once I move, but like a AOS belt would be fun. Like getting a West Coast content creator type of tournament going for a belt. That's my main goal. I'm throwing it out there, but
you're throwing it out there.
Just have a tournament and try to get guys like Jack and everyone participate and get a nice little belt. Then just to do a yearly tournament to throw down and come back and defend it. My girlfriend really wants to help me get into content creating and everything. So
well, like that was a big part of the episode. What you talked about is like your girlfriend and how she's been kind of a part of the journey and getting into the game as well and really supporting through that process. Like that's really cool. But I've got a question: can someone like say from the Midwest invade and try to take the belt?
Oh yeah, of course. That's it's just finding a place to hold it. But I was thinking like something after like a wet coast or whatever, you could hold a tournament when people are in the area, and then you could do the tournament, and you just film it and put it up for everyone to see.
Right on.
Yeah, no, that's the goal though. I'm hoping after the move. Well, the move will take a while, so sometime probably this winter, hopefully, or next year when COVID blows over and the borders open, do something like that. It will be a blast. I'm still hashing out all the ideas, but I think it'd be fun just to have 8 to 16 people and you fight over a belt over a weekend and film it and have a good old time. Drink a lot.
Yeah, sounds great, man. Any last things you want to say before I move on to this next award?
No, not really. I'll just give a shout out to my boy Jack. I think he's listening right now, and then that's about it because he showed me this whole side of the AOS community, so it's been a good time.
All right, man. Right on, dude. Nice talking to you again. I'll have to have you back on the show once you're settled in. So just let me know when that happens, and we can talk again.
Sounds great. Thanks. Have a good one.
You too, man. All right. That guy's awesome. And obviously a very very established. I mean, he's got the resume when it comes to fighting. So I feel really good about the council's choice on that award. So now the next, we're actually to the point where we're getting to the big 3 awards here. Lily is very upset. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Oh man. Oh, the joys of live broadcasts. So the next award here is actually this would be the hottest take award. So we do a lot of hot takes over on RantCast. And I'm not seeing the nominees there. So we have the hottest take. Now it's really hard I'd imagine it's super hard for the council to really pick what was the hottest take on all of RantCast. I mean, they really got their work cut out for them. I mean, I'm obviously not eligible for my own award show, so I don't win automatically. But I think when you're weighing the hottest take, you got to weigh the source of the take. What up, Lulu? I think you got to weigh the source of the take. I think that where the take comes from, like a take that comes off the top rope with the big elbow, I mean, that counts for a lot more. So, with that out the way, the hottest take for the Ranties 2020, 52 episodes. The nominees are Haywo Twitch. You'll remember him from the 7-hour episode, and you know all of his own content over on YouTube. Vince Venturella of Warhammer Weekly, and Jack Ballard from Rerolling One. Man, I'm going to go ahead and get through this Petrifex Elite envelope here. Mr. Woe, exactly. You're enjoying my outfit tonight? Thank you so much, Strength Hammer. That would, of course, be Chuck. I like so, and the winner for the Ranties hot take, Vince Venturella with the murder statue hot take. So, I wasn't going to do this, but seeing as Vince couldn't be with us tonight to accept his award, I'm going to go ahead and self-aggrandize just a touch and play for you just a taste of the fire, the unassuming machine gun push-upping Vince Venturella is capable of when he's not being one of the lovable hosts of Warhammer Weekly. And this happens near the end, so we'll see if I should have been a professional.
I agree. I didn't say get rid of their feel no pain completely, but like buffing the feel no pain from a 6 up to a 5 up and then allowing the reroll.
So he's referring to Witch Elves right now.
Because they have a 6 up across the board because they have faith, like fanatical devotional faith to Cain that can sometimes turn aside wounds. Yeah, man, I'm on board for that. That's thematically awesome.
Theme
but
and
again,
design.
They've effectively overpaid for that effect in some way, right, through the costing of the rest of their units, even if it's minimal, or it being a minimal effect like that. It becomes problematic when they're then able to go like when then their Cauldron is putting out +1 armor save. Why? Why does the Cauldron broadcast a +1 to save? I've never in my life understood that. Like the murder unit, the murder army focused on murder, built an idol to murder, and has their murder priestess driving it around, celebrating murder, and it broadcasts a shield of protection. When did the murder situation become a white mage? Like, none of that is sensible, okay? If you told me it drove around and broadcast an aura of +1 damage, or it could make a unit +1 rend, or it could, make a unit reroll hits, or any of those offensive things. I don't care. Pick a thing, right? I would be like, yeah, because that's what edifices dedicated to murder would do.
Player who's going to switch. Pure gold. It's a shame he couldn't be here, but I had to get you that little taste of the hottest take. There were several. When the council went through, I mean, the 7-hour, if you ever go back and watch that 7-hour episode, and I don't I could get some doctors on the show to not recommend you do that, because it's a 7-hour episode. Though I've heard it's helped some people finish painting Keepers of Secrets in big hobby pieces. There was some, Haywo spit some hot fire in that episode. And Jack Ballard's he's just one of the prolific one of the prolific personalities of our community, if you've ever interacted with him. And he I don't know, we've got a challenge going on right now where essentially the Packers, hopefully the NFL season kicks off, the Packers play the Seahawks. Whoever's team loses is doing the paint of shame. So looking forward to that. So really good smack talk, really good hot takes. But I'm sorry, the Murder Shrine plus his recent, I want to call it a hot take, but necessary speech over on Warhammer Weekly about the time that is going on right now, what we're kind of the crisis we're going through, just crisis on top of crisis, and he had one of the most poignant and salient just speeches on the matter. Just 5 minutes on the episode that Anthony Polcaster was on, talking about terrain. It was it was very good. It's just I'm a pretty good talker, I think, but I couldn't come up with a speech like that. So for those reasons, Vince Venturella, you take the hot take, one of the big three. So the next in the big three then is the Prolific Legacy. The Prolific Legacy is essentially the most prolific guest, the guest who has been on the most rantcasts. Now this includes solo and duo or multicasts. It's a lot closer race than you realize. if you go back and click through, and I can see the gears turning. Who could this possibly be? But the nominees, the cream of the crop, the very top, were between Brendan, Haywo, and Bryce. And Bryce took it with 6 appearances. 6 appearances on RantCast. So you are the most prolific RantCast guest.
I am?
Yeah. You've been on
Holy
6
cow.
times to Brendan and Haywo's 5 each. There were a couple. It's like a bell curve. There's a few with like 3 or 4 or 2. But that 6, you are like
the peak of the mountain.
The peak of the mountain.
That's exceptional.
Yeah.
But I feel like it should be probably 6 more times because I'm that much more entertaining than the 5th.
So here we have your amazing Ranty award that you have won. How does
Can I like take it? Oh,
no, sorry.
that's
We're
not
not
how this works.
Yeah, we're not there yet. I'll have it shipped to you. God, how's it feel? How's it feel to win a Warhammer trophy in lockdown right now?
You know, I mean, I really think that the only person I need to thank is Techless. He built that mountain for me and let me sit on top of it. So
yeah, a lot of your appearances did come talking LRL with me. So
yeah.
So
and they're still not here. We've had how many episodes on that? 3, and I still don't have them.
Yeah, three on LRL, 4 on Elves in general, and then you have 2 like ambient episodes. I believe one was the sort of like community gaming. One was like a community gaming based, and the other was the Packer
Cities
recap.
Book?
Packer,
oh yeah.
Packer recap.
Yep.
So I'm counting the city's book as an Elfisode because I brought you and Christian Ware on to talk about how awesome elves are in cities, and you're just we don't.
And we broke your heart.
You broke my heart. Broke my heart. But LRL got released or not released, teased, and further. My gosh,
it's really painful, man. Like it kind of tears at my heart.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, life gonna life. You know, we're everyone's dealing with a lot of stuff. It just seems like it's crisis layered on top of crisis, and I'm completely sympathetic. But then, you know, gaming to it, like just give yourself a little bit of respite, and then you're like, I can't imagine the LRL it's that carrot on the stick just being pushed further and further away.
And what makes it the worst too is like this whole time I should have been getting so much hobby done, but I kept thinking, oh, I just want to wait till the Lumineth come, and I kept saying that, and I haven't done anything over the last 2 months as far as hobby goes because I'm like, oh, I'll just wait till they're here, and here we are.
Right. So what have you been doing to occupy your time? I saw you actually like hobbying a little bit.
Yeah, I've for the first time in literally 2 months, I've started painting bases again. I haven't done any hobby, which has been tough, but I've been playing a lot of D&D, which has been awesome. I'm running a campaign now and playing in 3 others. So
it's a lot of RPG.
We're doing a lot of that, but it's a time where having the escape is really nice, and just a few different campaigns that are a lot of fun, and I got a lot of home projects and stuff that I've been working on, so it's been good, you know.
Yeah.
It's tough not seeing people, but me and my dog hang out a lot.
Well, Thor is pretty awesome, and you're still. I mean, obviously this could affect this sort of PACA 2.0 or whatever, but you still have plans to carry forth with that.
Yeah, I mean it's looking like we might be the first tournament that gets to happen at this point. Is PACA. So hopefully by that time, you know, things are somewhat back to normal, but the goal is still there. I followed up with them last week, and they said as of right now, they obviously can't say for certain, but they're not canceling things for next year. So
yeah,
it looks like PACA's still a go.
Still a go. Or Ragnarok is it as
yeah,
its new name. Yeah. So you've been on 6 episodes of RantCast, more than anybody else. You got to have like some highlight moments. What were some of your favorite moments on those 6 episodes? Pick 3 arbitrarily.
3 favorite moments. I would say, okay, for serious moment, Martin's slideshow in teaching was like, holy cow! It kind of blew my mind how knowledgeable he was on all of that.
He came out like I'm like, we're just gonna have a fun episode, and he like came to play. You know, like he had a slideshow. He was ready, and I'm like, this is some of the best content that's ever been on my channel, and because it was so professional.
Yeah, he really I just kind of sat there and shook my head. Yeah, and aside from that, he really provided the knowledge there, and it was awesome.
Yeah, seeing that framed out. So that was a good serious one. Do you have any other moments you'd like?
I really like the rivalry that I've forced into existence between Tristan and I. That's another moment that it's not like a moment specifically, but I think probably from the first episode.
It was the first
I
few,
think he was on maybe the episode before me, and I tried to top his time, and ever since then, it's just been a little friendly rivalry we've had that's grown from this. But no, it's been awesome. I mean, it's fun to see how 52 episodes have happened, and I like to think that I was there towards the very beginning. I can't remember. I think it's like episode 6 or something.
You were within that first month. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, when I was still learning the format, I experimented with a couple different things. I wanted to do the adjacent type content. That's always been my goal. Always been my idea, is to say Warhammer brings us together, but what else do we have in common? That's my vision, and you were part of that original sort of inception. And there was a mini narrative, and I must say I kind of stoked the rivalry a little bit because it was hilarious, and I love that kind of stuff. But then you kind of united near the end, but to come on and do the International Escalation League and stuff like that. So that was really cool to see.
We're still rivals, but we're friendly rivals.
Right.
Now.
I mean, yeah, slightly more cordial. I like to think that rivalry will never die. It's one of the great truths of Age of Sigmar now. So what do you have to say, all the people chasing the most prolific guest, the legacy guest?
It's kind of like, remember the Havoc recap where I was just flexing on people pointing at my trophies? I'll do the exact same thing with this trophy. No one stands a chance. But come at me if you want.
All right, man. Anything you'd like to say before I go on to this next award?
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for all the people out there that for whatever reason want to hear what I have to say that I can be on 6 times. So appreciate it.
Oh man, you're awesome. Take it easy, dude.
You too.
All right. So there was the most prolific guest, which brings us to the sort of last of the big 3 awards. And I've got a very special award that I would like to debut this evening. So this next award, this is the one. This is the one that kind of started the inside joke. This is the one that sort of started the Ranties. Was that early competition? Like Bryce was highlighting, there was a competition between him and Tristan that really, it really did help Age of Sigmar AOS RantCast get off the ground. I didn't know what I was doing or what I had. Now I've streamed on Twitch for years, several years, and it was still live broadcast radio is something I've always loved since I'm a big sports fan. I draw from various heroes I've had throughout time, even people like Costas and that nature of delivering sort of live annotated commentary, and I love that. I've always enjoyed that. I wanted to be a DJ once upon a time. It was one of my earlier callings. I used to record off the radio Ace of Base and stuff, and then had a microphone that could plug in, and I would talk into it, and this is coming at you. So I've been practicing. Some of you have actually heard me go full radio voice. You've had that pleasure. That has been developed over about 24 years. Okay, so the radio voice doesn't come easy. You got to really practice. Get that extra timbre in there sometimes, right? But this was the award that kind of started the joke, that started it all. So this is the most prolific. Love you too, man. Love you too. Of course, Razor Tree is Jared. He's been on RantCast as well recently. Unfortunately, the committee met in the prior to his episode, so who knows what the Ranties would look like. But trophies got to get made and stuff. So All right. So the next award, again, this is the one. This is the biggest of the big three. I shouldn't say the biggest of the big three. If you won a Ranty tonight, you are a part of history. This will go on. They will talk about this in the annals of Age of Sigmar history. No, they won't. No one's going to talk about this. All right. So anyway, the gift of the God of Gab Award. This is the longest run time. So there are three sort of top times. The three longest times of RantCast. This is RantCast episodes. 4 hours 28 minutes, 4 hours 32 minutes, and the time to beat. 4 hours, 41 minutes. Nearly 5 hours as a solo guest. And that's the most important part of this award. 4 hours, 41 minutes. Nearly 5 hours. So, the guests who posted these times were Joel, Frank, and Rocco Ya Boy. Frank, of course, for the episode regarding, as I recall, being a good opponent. We talked a lot about fighters, fighting games and stuff like that. So one of those nerd adjacencies I love to discuss. And Joel sort of talked about like the nature of competition. We talked a lot about Beasts of Chaos. He just kind of said he really helped paint a picture for like what gaming is with the measured gaming crowd in Australia. So those were, and of course, you got to keep in mind Joel's time. I'm going to go ahead and spoil a little bit of this. Joel's time. Joel was one of the first RantCast guests. He came on during Oztober, which was October. That was the second month of RantCast run, or maybe it was the third. But he was really early on in that process. So he had a time that was just set early and set hard. But the winner, the one who posted the 441, is Rocco Ya Boy. So John Rocco, oh my gosh,
Hey,
you,
the green.
you my friend.
Me.
There it is. Look at that.
Oh my god.
This
You
is
actually got my name on it. And, oh my god.
yeah. This coaster.
This stuff.
Of course, it would be a coaster because I mean.
Yeah.
And it works. So your coaster's the first one I confirmed works as a coaster. So you have a little bit of you're gonna have a little bit of RantCast and or COVID with you when I mail this to you. So.
Oh, I'm so touched, and so are my lungs when the blood starts gushing out. I am so.
So you're actually you posted the 441. This is the Iron Man record right now. This is you with the distance.
I can go the distance. All right, listen.
What's it feel like to know that you did it? You've achieved RantCast history.
Well, everyone always told me I talk too much. I'm glad I proved them right.
You and me both, buddy. No, I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm actually insecure about how much I talk. They do the they do the superlatives, most likely to yada yada yada. I was the most annoying because I wouldn't talk at all. I would just be quiet, mind my own business. But if you got me on a subject, I wouldn't shut up, and I just annoyed everybody. I would be smart about things and sarcasm that's hard to read, and I took all of that. And I made a goddamn show that has 52 episodes on the internet, so suck it, high school class.
Right. Hell yeah. Listen.
So I've been asking everybody, what was a highlight of your 4 hours, 41 minutes? That's a lot of time to just talk. What was a highlight for you during that episode? Give me your top three, because I feel like 441, that's gotta probably maybe have like a top three amount of. All
right. Top three was probably reminiscing about all the stuff with Twitch and like growing as a small Twitch streamer and coming up with that and how we can use all the different all the different like the camera angle bit, the how to actually entertain a crowd, how to start off streaming to nobody and then build up an actual thing. So you actually have viewers, subs and followers and all that. TTS was also really good.
Yeah.
To go through that, we had our whole little, I had to convince you, the non-believer.
Yeah, me, the non-believer in TTS. You made me a believer.
Yeah. And probably to go with a long-winded bit. Actually, I've got two tied for first place. The first one is subscribe right now with Twitch Prime for free.
Twitch Prime.
Twitch Prime.
Twitch Prime. Go buy his book. You don't even need to read it. Just go over on Amazon. John Rocco.
Yeah.
Look him up. He's got a book in there. What's the book called?
Yeah. I actually got book sales off of that, too. That was actually pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. Thank you, PJ. Oh, dude. Yeah, no, that would have been my two. Was us memeing about between my book and Twitch Prime.
Yeah, Twitch Prime and the book. The top two. Well, I mean, it's. I feel like when you broadcast yourself, there's all this crap about branding, and I mean, people really, I feel, overcomplicate it. You might be playing with some dials of who you are, but you are. I mean, you're the commodity. It's you. And the more authentic you are, and the more you are, I think, the better your just stuff is. And there is a simple humor to being the shame, like to understanding the shilling and the Twitch Prime and that stuff like that. When you're not aware of it that you bother me. Does that make sense? Like, yeah,
it does. You're self-aware.
Yeah, you got to be.
Are you the businessman or are you the businessman? Like where are you coming with that? Yeah. And for me, I want to be the business. I don't want to be the businessman and be like, all right, listen here, I have to do this. This is scripted. This is scripted. No, I want to be natural with it. I want to be able to flow from topic to topic. Mm-hmm. I want to be able to entertain people. And again, one of the things we talked about was what are you trying to get across, like with having your set, your background. Right now, I'm moving. Right now, my dog's right there. Who's still not a cat. But, that's what it is. For me, it was like, it's Saturday morning, you're playing video games with your friends.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to create, and I successfully was able to do that. And with Warhammer content and stuff, I wanted to be like, hey, I wanted to pick an army that was kind of out there. No one was really playing. It was under the radar. Take a bunch of units that at the time people thought were kind of crap, and then be like, "Hey, look at this thing I got." Yeah. And it was fun. That was really fun. Yeah, that was it.
That was it. Yeah. So you've actually you've kind of like I know you're moving now. You're kind of in that transitional period. Seems a lot of RantCast guests tonight and myself are in that still in that unpacking or moving transition.
Oh yeah, but we got all the boxes.
I've got currently. My office looks the best it has in weeks, but it's because I shoved everything into a corner. It's just so Molly could walk up. But you actually right before you moved, or maybe right during it, you were kind of getting a little bit back into doing some really focused Twitch type content. Real quick, you want to mention kind of what you've been doing, and if people are going to start tuning in to rock with you, boy, what are they going to expect on your Twitch?
Currently, you'll see a couple of TTS battle reports. Actually, one of the last ones was actually me and AOS coach throwing down. I brought Domhain Deepkin versus his mixed destruction he wants to bring to CanCon. As a little teaser for that. Game was crazy. And what was it? I did a little bit with buckets. And what I'm going to be doing, too, is going back to actually some of the card games with Legends of Runeterra.
Nice.
Since the game came out of beta and they reset ranked, so I need to get back up to being gold and plat again. And it was a hard reset, so I think I'm bronze or iron to start with. So I've got a very long climb, and I'll get a lot of content out of that. It'll be really nice.
Nice.
And with your undead too, that's my deck that I'm bringing. Is their version of an undead deck. So a lot of sacrificing, a lot of
metal,
evil magical spells coming to suck your soul.
Love it.
Yep.
So. Are you? So I had Meph's Masterpiece Theater. I did a couple episodes of that, when I was still a full variety streamer. I'm really not anymore. I mostly just do RPGs and Age of Sigmar these days. but I heard that you might be doing some reading. You might be rocking Rocco's Masterpiece Theater or something along those lines. I heard it kicking around a little bit.
Yep. So, the thing with that is, at the moment, people are saying they're pushing me towards a blog. We might be going more of like the YouTube thing. There might be some collaborations with things. I don't know yet. 100%.
Okay. All right.
And moved. So give me a couple weeks and we'll talk about it.
Right on, dude. Right on, dude.
What's my oyster at this point?
So any last words? Anything else you want to get off your chest? You've got the stage. You're bragging about this immense RantCast Ranties win. Uh-oh.
I would like to thank Mr. Mephisto for this award. I didn't realize that's how long the time was, but you know what? Time flies when you just talk and talk and talk. I would like to thank my wife, at a semi-serious note, for letting me even get into Warhammer again and this hobby and putting up with all my bullshit of how much I talk and talk and talk. We already shouted out my book, which is great. I actually wrote like a legit speech for this too. Shout out to AOS Discord channel too, where we stream a bunch of games where I'd probably stream there like every other day if I'm not streaming on my Twitch. Shout out to the AOS World Cup that's happening with Adam Mumford, the one of the guys out in England that's been doing the monthly TTS tournaments. He is doing a Europe versus the world, and I'm actually on Team World right now for that. And so that's going to be on the Honest Wargamer in, I think the first thing's going to be like June 27th, but that's a tentative date. And that's going to be fucking crazy.
That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. So congrats on that.
Thank you. And probably most importantly of all, Black Lives Matter.
Damn right. So
throw that out there.
Yeah, right on, dude. Great speech. Thank you so much for being a part of the RantCast journey. Thank you so much for writing a speech. I said
Am I the first one to write a speech?
Yeah, there was some mock attempts at a speech, like getting into the gag of it, but like you wrote a speech, but you're a writer, so yeah.
I gotta play to myself. I'm honest.
No. I mean, that's what I see the world like pages in a book. I can't unsee it. If I've been doing the Soulbound stream now Friday, so with Vince and Tom and Haywo and Chuck Moore from Strength Hammer, been doing that, and we have these like we have this alleged pirate. Okay, you don't know that, but we have this we have these like act breaks that I've started to put in there, and I'm like, because I see the world like 3-act structure, ABC, like you can mess with the formula, but like knowing the formula helps you mess with the formula. So
of course, that's probably the other thing too with what we did was us talking about writing.
Yeah. I mean
that in too.
When you look.
Oh God, Matt.
No.
Oh no.
What?
Wait.
What?
Wait. We're ranting.
Yeah.
Oh,
no. It's happening again. It's happening again, Chat Gang. All right, man. I'm gonna pull the ripcord on this. We got one more award to go.
All right. Take care, bud.
Yeah, taking it easy, man.
All right, have a good night.
You too, dude. All right. So the final award, and I'm gonna get real personal with you here now. So Warhammer. Well, then this is the last award of the evening. Warhammer does something I think that's really great community-wise. They GW actually has the Warhammer Hero Award. So this is, of course, someone who is just an upstanding contributor to the community, who goes out of their way, goes above and beyond, and just exemplifies what it means to be a hero in a game community. And I say fuck that. We need to represent villains, okay? Because evil is awesome and good is dumb. So I'm going to go ahead and make the Warhammer Villains Award. You know why? Because without Darth Vader, you don't get Luke Skywalker. A villain is somebody who makes you better because you have to kick their ass. And they really like drive you to be better, to destroy the evil. And finding out that you're not worthy to destroy the evil makes you do better. Villains give you something to defeat. A story is only as good as its villain. So it is time. It is time. Yeah, Rantcam doesn't work right now. It is time for the villains to get a trophy. Now, there's plenty of villains in reality, and like seriously, like don't be a real villain. Like there's so many villains in reality, so like fuck that. But really good narratives tend to have great villains, like Magneto versus Professor Xavier, like classic, like great villain versus great hero, and like their ideological conflict is what helps drive that story. So I'm saying we need some Warhammer villains. Now, don't be a real douchebag. That's very important. But giving the good guys something to defeat, I think is really important. And to that, I have 3 nominees for the first ever Warhammer villain. So, the first ever, you want to come in here for the first ever Warhammer villain, and you're just going to go ahead and confirm that what is written on here is what's written on here, okay? Okay, so this is the first ever Warhammer villain. So the nominees are, for the first ever Warhammer villain, get rid of this window here. All right. Makes for a great, meaningful story. Brendan. Well, I mean, Brendan Melnick, the Lord of Death. Check the resume. He bribed me for an award tonight. That's pretty villainous. He is constantly bringing filth to tournaments. Go back and watch the RantCast episode that has the Dragonfall recap in it. He took over my entire show to show off his 2 dragon trophies. Kind of a bad dude. Yeah, kind of a bad guy. Forces you to bring the heat, to bring the thunder to a tournament if you want to win. The second nominee is Chuck Moore from Strength Hammer. Wait, doesn't Chuck Moore have a Warhammer Hero Award? That would be like the greatest plot twist ever if he's been subverting us all this entire time and the heel turn is coming. That would be amazing. So, what if he's really the bad guy? Or he's just like great at everything, and of course he could win any award he wants. So, like, yeah, he's just amazing at everything. Even if he wants to win villain awards, he could just like Tay-Rathy his way to victory there. And of course the final nominee is me. Because wouldn't it just be the most evil thing you could think of to make an entire fake award show just to give yourself the ultimate prize? I think it would be. Yeah, it'd be pretty evil. It'd be super evil. So, the winner is oh man, this is like a full sheet of paper here. Jacob Berry. He's never even been on RantCast. So it says here, it's Jacob Berry right there. Is I don't know. Do we hang on? I mean, it says it on the envelope. The envelope's a little cold, but like it seems legit. I don't know what to say. This has never happened before. Oh, of course.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Rage of Sigmar podcast. I, as always, am your host and intern and guest pro temp extraordinaire, Jacob Berry. Joseph and Pagano could not be with you tonight, but I am here to receive the honor of the award of Warhammer Villain on his /R behalf. I would like to shout out several people, several prominent members. Can you go straight, chair, of the Warhammer community? folks which we have called out for their tomfoolery, their upfuckery in the Warhammer community. I'm talking about prominent members like Alex Gonzalez, noted host of the Adepticon tournament, upstanding man, and really just tragically bad at interactions. I'm talking about hashtag StrengthHammer Chuck Moore, who is absolutely a wonderful human being, but gosh, is he a tragic figure on Twitter. I'm talking about people like Tomb King Tristan, who tries so hard for his conversions and his paint jobs, and gosh, does he do a good job. But man, if his heart just isn't there. There's so many folks who should have won this award, but you're not as good as me. So thank you, Mr. Mephisto, for bequeathing this honor upon me and upon my co-host, Joseph M. Pagano, for this magnanimous award.
Boo this man. Boo.
Can I get it? Can I get a F in the chat?
Yeah, F rip Ranties. Oh man, that was I've got no words for you guys. No one could have ever foreseen this coming. The first Warhammer Villain Award ever, completely hijacked by the Rage of Sigmar podcast.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Andrew. There is one man who probably should have won this award. His name starts with a B and ends with a Rendon Melnick, and he does his best to really fuck up some people in the hobby. He's a kind man. He's a hard-working man who plays Warhammer hard. But let me tell you something. In the year 2017, in the Vanguard tournament, hosted by one other nominee for the AOS villain, one Alex Gonzalez, I played him with my Khorne. He was playing Iron Guts. Mistake number 1. I beat the shit out of him. I just fucking tabled this idiot. Mistake number 2. He played Joseph M. Pagano, my co-host, my good friend and Rage of Sigmar podcast co-host extraordinaire. He played him at NashCon. And I'll tell you what, they both played Flesh Eater Courts. The biggest bad guy of the biggest bad guy. I want you to see this. I unbutton my shirt and I toss.
No!
There go
No! How would you do such an evil thing? On a live broadcast, no doubt.
I bite my thumb at you, sir. And Joseph M. Pagano was victorious over said Brendan M. Melnick. The Rage of Sigmar podcast has triumphed over arguably the greatest villain in the history of Age of Sigmar in the competitive scene, outside of maybe one Reese Robbins who came up with the quote-unquote A, quote T, quote C. And I will tell you right now, we have been victorious, and we have conquered the entire villainy of Age of Sigmar. So I do accept magnanimously the award of the Age of Sigmar villain. Fuck all the Age of Sigmar heroes. That means hashtag the Lonely Havocs. That means hashtag the Alex G. That means hashtag Chuck. Fuck all of them. Hashtag Warhammer villains for life. Do you have anything to add, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and quote the immortal words of great poet and philosopher, the Tiger King. I'm never gonna financially recover from this. Good night, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the Ranties.
Motherfuckers.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us. Chat gang, you're the reason we do this thing. Take care of yourselves and each other.
Smash like and subscribe, or unsubscribe. I don't give a shit. I'm a villain.
Good night, everybody.